Alright guys, introducing to you the Stone, by far my favorite knife design. So what you're going to see in this video is me talking about the knife, the sheath to the blade, and then you're going to see an edge test video and then a little bit of a picture slide of me actually making this knife. That's my goal to do on all my knives, or try to. So anyways, a little bit of history of this knife. I originally made this design for a Army Ranger retired. And I wanted the thought process behind. Now, given this may look like somebody else's work, my knives I draw on paper. It comes from here first, and it's designed from the blade itself to the sheath or whatever. So it's an entire working system and a tool. That was my thought process behind this. So regardless if you're carrying this, my thought process for him was carrying it tactically. For self-defense. God forbid you'd ever have to come across a situation like that, but this will be a working tool for that. Disclaimer, I'm not telling you that you should do any of that stuff. What you choose to do with your knife is your business. Yeah, or you're going hunting, fishing, camping, whatever, this would be a good tool to have. That's my whole thought process behind it. So that's what I originally designed for him about 4 years ago, and this is a little bit different from the original, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But the sheath, starting with that, it is leather soaked in wax, so it is hard. It's about as hard as Kydex or harder. I have vertical belt loops here, so you can carry the knife horizontally. So you can carry it in the front of you, on the side of your belt, or directly behind you under your shirt or whatever. So you can grab it like this behind you or like that. It doesn't matter. You can do either one. I have about a 9 to 10 ounce gun belt that I use for concealed carry. So it does fit in that. You may have to shove it through a little bit, but once it's there, it grabs your belt and it does not move until you pull the knife out of its home. That's the only part that moves. It does not fall out. I form my blades in the sheaths when they're hot, when the wax is still hot in the leather. A little bit of the tooling. I wanted something simple. Didn't want to spend a lot of time. Wanted it to look, mean but clean. So that's what I did. I kind of did some like splash patterns there. I don't know. I was just going for it. The finish is actually from the wax soaking into the leather. It darkens it. But anyways, let's go to the blade. So this is 440 stainless. You have a stonewash finish there. Now another, just kind of disclaimer is this wax is hard and you may have to shove your belt through, maybe a little bit of work. As I said, I formed the sheath to fit the blade, so you have a little bit of wax marks right there. Cleaning off the epoxy, you may have some scratch, but overall a awesome finish. It is called the Stone for a reason. It is supposed to look primitive, but I think it looks clean too. And something I did a little bit different from the original design is I allowed the ting to pop out of the scales just a little bit there, and those are G10, kind of a rock pattern there. I didn't polish the pins. I wanted it to look kind of rustic. You have a nice glass breaker right there. Now this will not poke into your skin, but this will break glass if you need it to. And also, it's also a nice little thumb groove right there if you do have to do something downwards. What I do with the bevels, it's called ghosting my bevels. It's kind of a little bit different from blending them. I don't know. But you don't see a start and a stopping point. So it's a very aggressive edge. When you want it to cut something, it's going to cut. That's its design and purpose. And I'll just show you what I mean here before you see the edge test video. If you kind of just push this together every now and then, it kind of it strengthens a little bit and it clicks, just like Kydex. Anyways, guys, that's a $250 knife. Overall is about 9 inches. At the widest point's about a little under 2. So it's a great knife. It's designed to be a tool that works regardless if you're in the woods, or whatever. With that, the edge test. If you get this knife, it's a $250 knife, you'll get a letter of authenticity as well as the rope from the rope shop. I didn't have time to go to the store, so I improvised. Wrapped 3 basic strands there in some electrical tape, 1 slice, clean cut. You'll get that, as well as the leather that I cut with it at the end of the video. I was losing daylight. Didn't want to shave my legs, and I don't have any more hair on my arms from the, typical knife makers shaving of the arms. So, anyways, so you'll get that stuff. I also do a wood chop, but I don't do a 2x4. If you need to chop a 2x4, get a saw. If you want to chop a branch like that big, get an axe or a saw. If you're chopping tinder or kindling, this will still do its job. So, enjoy. stone. Clean cut. Stone. Edge still true, no deformation. Vertical chops, stone. Goes into the wood, still true. Stone. Water bottles. Light, but instead of doing paper or my arms that it's still able to cut, I'm going to do leather. Okay, so starting with stone. So you see, okay, still sharp.